Hello guys, thanks for tapping in. Let's take a look at these 15 amazing upcoming FPS games. On this list, you can expect a lot of different exciting new and upcoming FPS games in various subgenres. We will be taking a look at everything from fast-paced action shooters, tactical, campaign and co-op, to even some retro shooters. I definitely hope that there's something for you on the list. Let me know which ones you're excited for in the comment section down below. Alright, let's jump into it. First up on the list, we have CROWZ. Under development by Royal Crow, currently under playtesting on Steam, this is an amazing first and third-person shooter with a lot of potential. In the clips of the video, you can almost feel the action. Check it out. It has two confirmed game modes. The first one called Blood Zone, which is a major combat between factions. The second one being a squad mode called Squad Operation, where players have to survive various deadly factors and take on missions. Next up, we have Dying Light 2 Stay Human, developed by Techland, the same team behind the original Dying Light game. It is set to release on PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, S, and PC. The release date is February 4th, 2022. Check out the stunning graphics of the game, guys. The game can be played in co-op from 2 to 4 players. It has multiple cities that you are playing in, and depending on your choices throughout gameplay, it shapes the city that you're playing in. Number 3 on the list, Halo Infinite Campaign. It's in sequence to the release of Halo Infinite, which just released on November 15th. Players are now on the 8th of December getting the ability to play the campaign version of the game. It's set to release on Xbox One, Xbox Series X, S, and PC, developed by 343 Industries. It is also played in the same futuristic tile set as Halo Infinite multiplayer, and all around looks very impressive. Next up, Isonzo, set to release in early 2022 and being developed by M2H and Black Mill Games. The game is played in the World War I atmosphere. Players battle in ruined towns, rivers, and much more. It runs with a touch of World War I all around, from maps to accuracy of the weapons in the game. Number 5, Pioner. Developed by GFA Games, it is described as a FPS game with MMO and RPG elements. It draws heavy inspiration from the S.T.A.L.K.E.R series. The game is set in a post-apocalyptic fashion and has 4 different factions. There is crafting and a skill tree where players can choose their character's abilities. It has a PvE mode where players can experience fights on a Soviet island with underground laboratories and abandoned settlements inhabited by mutants. An interesting PvP mode is also available, which is said to draw inspiration from Escape from Tarkov. Next up, Rainbow Six Extraction. The game promises 18 different operators at launch, which all has different abilities and hold different weapons. As players complete missions, their characters will level up, improve stats, and unlock new loadouts and combat perks that help you in combat. There are also useful gadgets of many types that can help you and your teammates in a myriad of ways. With multiple different monsters, also referred to as Archaeans in the game, it promises a lot of action and challenge. One of the many features of the game is a game mode called Maelstrom Protocol, where players can compete for a high score to earn exclusive weekly rewards. Number 7. Ready or Not, a modern-day tactical shooter. The team behind the game mentions that they have put a big touch of realism into the game. They went as far as consulting different police teams globally to help improve the feel of realism. In the game, players will find a single-player mode, co-op, and a competitive multiplayer mode. Players can expect smart layouts and designs to help them in combat. We're definitely looking forward to see what Ready or Not has to bring on the table for all of us. Next up, SPRAWL, an indie retro FPS developed by Hannah Crawford and Carlos Lizarraga. SPRAWL uses Unreal Engine 4 and looks incredibly fast-paced with a touch of parkour and fast movement. The game is set in a cyberpunk theme with lots of action. Players can enjoy single-player mode as well as a multiplayer mode with PvP. On to the next one. S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2, Heart of Chernobyl. A sequel to the earlier successful S.T.A.L.K.E.R series, this game is developed by Ukrainian GSC Game World and has finally been announced. The game will be available in single-player mode on release, and a multiplayer mode has been announced shortly after the release. Check out these fantastic scenes. Now to number 10. We have Super People, a brand new game in the genre of Battle Royale. This game is developed by Wonder People and is currently going through playtesting. Super People has many similarities to PUBG, but with its own unique spin. In Super People, players are controlling super soldiers, each one having unique skills and abilities. The game is played on an island called Orb Island, and as players progress through matches, they will be able to pick up materials that can later be crafted into weapons and other gear. The Cycle Frontier. This is the PvPvE first-person shooter. In this game, players can drop into the world called Fortuna 3 with their gear and equipment at risk, which can also be safely stored outside of Fortuna by heading to an evacuation ship. It is possible to purchase new equipment as well as complete faction-based missions to unlock different things that will help the player in battles. In the Cycle Frontier, players will have to battle against other players as well as different monsters that arrive throughout the world. Voidtrain is a survival FPS with single-player and co-op modes. Players are playing as mechanics and will have to survive, control, and upgrade their train in what is described as an endless adventure full of surprises and dangers. Players are exploring finding creatures, secrets, puzzles, and challenges on the way. At the same time, the player is gathering resources, and they can be used to craft items and structures to help survive. Number 13 on the list, Warhammer 40K, Darktide. Darktide can be played in co-op with up to a total number of 4 players. Players have to fight through waves of enemies and it can be played in a mix of melee and gunplay. The game has multiple customization options, such as classes with different skills and loadouts and upgradable gear. It is also possible to customize characters' looks. A.V.A, short for Alliance of Valiant Arms, has been announced to release on Steam. The game has a class system where each class acts as different counters towards one another. Players can also expect more than 30 maps and many game modes. All games are played with two forces battling against each other in various game modes you decide. It will be nice to see how this game is received on release. Last but not least, we have ProMod, a tactical 5v5 FPS game, developed by Bulkhead, who also developed Battalion 1944, another successful FPS game. The game is currently being playtested. Have a look, guys, and since we arrived at our last clip, thanks for watching.